Hey everybody, welcome back to Mystics MMOs. I'm your host, Mr. Craven. Alright, so we got a triple credit event for Titans stuff. So we're definitely going to be taking advantage of this. Really looking forward to it a lot, actually. Especially since I have new ores, all this stuff coming out that just came out. So I'm really pumped up.
People I ever met after arriving on Earth. Nightwing was the first Earthling I ever kissed, even if it was just to learn English. He was also my first love. In my time on the team, I have learned to become a leader, and in some ways, a mother. It has prepared me in so many ways for everything life could offer. Donna. Your defense
I definitely will be taking advantage of all this stuff this weekend.
Oh, excuse me. My new recruits have arrived.
Gonna be leveling this dude tonight.
Welcome. Feel free to take the training simulator for a spin. I'm going to hit the showers. Don't worry, you're in good hands.
Thank you, Donna. I'll go join Gar in the control room and we can begin our session. Today you take your first steps towards becoming Titans. To do so, you must learn how to operate as a team. The simulator will create various threats, and as a team, you will attempt to overcome them.
Let me show you a real fight. Something stinks in here. Oh, it's you guys. See, you're looking for a challenge. Your dependence on teammates is your weakness. Wow, you guys all suck.
Excellent work, team. Let's take a moment to talk and...
Enough with this child's play, alien girl. It's time to prove who the true Titan is. You two, face me, if you're not cowards.
Damien, stop this right now.
Hey, tough guy. You're not gonna let little orphan alien tell you what to do, are you? Aren't you supposed to be Batman's son?
I am the heir of the demon and the Dark Knight, and you will show me respect even if I have to beat it from you.
Robin's out of control. Beast Boy, shut down the simulation.
I'm locked out! That little psycho turned our simulator into a cage match!
wanted to evaluate if you were worthy to be on my team.
What's going on? Oh no! The simulator has deactivated all the safety overrides. Hang on, I will get you out. No! The doors are locked tight. I cannot open them.
Don't worry, Corey. I'll go for help.
See if the controls inside the simulator are operational.
Human safety protocols disengaged.
Recruits, fight as though your lives depend on it.
Go ahead.
Shall I cast them? See if the critical
Who are you? Leroy? I think you're right.
Teamwork is required if you hope to succeed.
You're between a rock and a hard place.
That is Queen Bee of High.
Loading opponent. Threat level 9000.
Use caution. The simulator is loading a level 9,000 threat. Fine, Saul. No, not him. Beware. The simulator summons the demon, Trigon, Raven's father.
I thought I had been in your shoes.
1 second.
Titans, we have a problem. Something is wrong with the tower. All of our security and defense protocols are going haywire. I need eyes on the ground out there, ASAP.
You heard the man. Titans together!
Used to play DCUO, do much in the past until I got hooked to you. So yeah, I got you. Yeah, I still like DC. I mean, this is the game I come to when I'm in between games. Give me a minute there, I'll add you. By the way, I don't know. I've been having problems trying to add people with second names. I don't know why. Like when I put their space in, it says person's not on or some shit. Are you a hero?
This game has grown boring, children, and I need to deliver your friends to Hive.
Missed one boss. Sucks.
I want you to know, Nightwing, you weren't even part of the contract. I just wanted to wipe that smug smirk off your face.
Go after him. I'll catch up.
You're a hero? I'm a hero on this tune. Sounds good. If I can.
I never gave Grant the time he deserved. He was my son, but the job always came first. It had to. So naturally, he wanted to be part of my world, which is why he became the Ravager. The Titans were a nuisance to me, and he thought if he proved them, he'd win my approval. Sadly,
Shit, I'm not gonna make it. Get in. I'm also a Master Crafter in ESO, PS4, Almighty Aldoff. Okay. Yeah, I'm on PS4 too. Let's go.
Now, you take control of his mechanical wire, and I seize it. Deathstroke may have stolen the other Titans, but we'll still collect on Simon.
Have a nice dreadnought! I won't let you! Back off!
Wish they did duos on ESO, duos. It would be kind of cool.
Don't worry about me. Do what needs to be done.
nanites. That's what I need to get in. Get in, get in, get in.
Sorry. Don't want to hurt you.
Shit. Jackson, when are you going to start doing PvE for ESO dungeon builds? I'm going to be doing updates soon. Probably in the next week. Waiting for the next update. So, once the next update comes out and I can anticipate what's going on, I'll be bringing out updates for PvE. For the upcoming DLC. Especially with some of the new sets. Couple things. Not a lot changing, but a couple. Especially when it comes to like healers and some of the other stuff. They did some really cool stuff.
Sorry. Don't want to hurt you.
Shit. All right.
Thanks, fools.
Getting these triple creds, man. You know there's triple creds on the Judas this weekend, right, Jackson? I'm like pumped.
Is gone, and so are the Titans.
Then we've failed. Not yet.
Who are you?
Friends.
Merc Myers coming out in the end of November, I want to say. It's a while away.
Ex-husband. And Joseph is our son. Our eldest son, Grant, died following in Slade's footsteps as Ravager, desperate to win Slade's approval. Now, Deathstroke wants his pound of flesh from all of you. He planned...
All Grant ever wanted was to...
I am so pumped. I saw that triple cred. I was like, and oh my gosh. All right, let me go ahead and add you it off. Let me see. Malicious sin. Okay. Hopefully this works. Because I can never figure why this isn't working. Yep, you've been added to my friends list. There you go. Gotcha. Can't wait to yeah. I'm looking forward to it. You know, I mean, I'm not playing ESO as much, but there are a couple things that, you know, I want to check out and get the builds updated. Once they get PvP ironed out a little bit, I think I will be going back to ESO full time. But it'll be during Murkmire launch for sure. So I will be taking... I'm going to be enjoying this game for another at least month or two. So before I go back, because ESO does keep me really busy. I mean, it keeps me busy. Elder Scrolls keeps me very busy. So it's like, wow. I don't think a lot of people realize like how much work I put in on Elder Scrolls. Like I put in work. Like I put in work. So it's crazy. Yo, Cypher, what's up? Hope you're doing well. Hope you're doing well, Cypher. All right, so we still got these two to do. I want to get... I'm telling you, man. I want that new aura so bad for this tune. Oh my god! As soon as I seen it, I was on the website. I seen the friggin' aura for this. I'm like, that's it. I have to level. I have to level up my tune. I'm like, I don't have a choice. I just don't at this point. I mean, that looks so badass. I was like, geez, Mateezes, man. And it's permanent. It's like permanent. It's not a temporary situation. So I was like, oh, wow. So, yeah, once PvP's ironed out in Elder Scrolls, which I imagine they will, and it looks promising. This update for PvP looks so promising. I'm so stoked. So once they get PvP ironed out and we can get, hopefully in the near future, more competitive play, which I anticipate, I would love to see it go further. Of course, I will be going back full time, and I'll be working the PvE builds and PvP, doing everything I can. What type of DCUO membership do you have? Mine 3-month one just ended. I do monthly, and I have the full pack. You know, I have the all access. I have all access. So I can play any Daybreak game. I have access to all Daybreak games. So I can play EverQuest, EverQuest 2, PlanetSide 2. I can play this game. I can play the shooter game. So I have access to all perks and benefits of all Daybreak games. So it's kind of nice. That's another thing I really like about Daybreak, man. I really like Daybreak for that shit, man. I wish they'd have that for console. I really do. I mean, console's only got 3 games technically now. But it would be badass if they started implementing that. One second, guys. I'm very sorry about the inconvenience.
Task Force X is taking control of this situation. I'm sending in the Suicide Squad to assist you. I assure you that those mercenaries...
I'm back. Sorry.
Nightwing, calm down. I know you're worried. We both
all right. I know it's here, right there. I need to get pots. Or soders. I'm thinking about coming back to ESO. ESO, I honestly think ESO will be fine, you know, so I have faith that ESO will do good once we get stuff under control. Once it's there, I'm more than positive we'll be fine, especially for PvP. Rosalind Sork has gotten more overpowered. Did you check about coming? Oh, kick his ass, for sure. No tank. This is where I wish I had my tank build. God, fuck. Excuse my French. Definitely, I'm liking the dot with the precision. I definitely gotta get the precision up. Fuck. Should have been paying attention to mechanics. We don't even have a healer. Holy fuck. Just get me up, get me up. Yes, get me in here. Let's go. I really wish I would have had a tank build for this. Oh shit. Jeez, my teases. Got him. Damn. Thanks for the backup, yo. This is what happens when you don't have healers or a tank. Have you ever tried activating a repair bot while you're in the boss battle zone? No, I haven't. I haven't tried it. I'll be honest. I've never tried to activate repair bots in the middle of battle. They need to go with the global cooldown. I agree, Cypher. I totally agree. Absolutely. You know, that's... I agree. They say they're going to address something with the stack, to be honest with you. But, I mean, seriously... I mean, it would just make more sense just to go with a GCD and just keep the stack from falling over. You know, keep priority set. I agree. But, you know, I mean, they might have... I don't know, man. But, I at least I agree with Roble on this occasion. There's a lot of times, like, I start getting worried, and I just feel like Roble has so much on his plate. And I really wish... I mean, there's days that I wish Matt was back in the chair. And I don't know if he is or isn't, but Matt, I mean, Matt was just so good when he was like when he did so much in his younger days, man. I don't know. I mean, I don't know. I mean, he's a legend. Matt's a legend for a reason. I have faith, but I don't... I just want him to focus on PvP, man. That's all I want. I want PvP to be focused on. I want it to be back where we're going to see a little bit more into the PvP realm, man. I mean, it's what I want. I want competitive play in ESO. I mean... And I feel like it could get there. The foundation's set. It has one of the better foundations than most games would ever want from an MMO. I mean, it could literally probably, you know, give World of Warcraft a run for its money if it fixes a couple of minor issues. Especially since it's on all these platforms. God. I mean, it's just little things, man. I mean, we could sit there and poke holes at the engine and say, oh, it's the engine, but honestly, the engine's only given base code. All the code can be adjusted. So I honestly think that at the end of the day, you know, the developers are overwhelmed. So I can't blame the devs. Everyone wants to blame it. Right. Let's get friggin' ESO back into let's get a competitive PvP. Let's make PvP mean something. Dark Exchange got buffed, so my Sork is overpowered now. Well, the thing about it is, it did, but the healing effect now that we're going to be looking at with Dark Exchange in the upcoming update, we can use it for a heal effect, but if we're looking at it for resource management, it's definitely not going to have that appeal. Stam Sorks are really, I'll admit it, I was abusing it. I mean, I was. That was one of the nice features. But man, Stam Sork needs something, a little something, man. I mean, but I would never say like take my word for it. The man who's the legend with Stam Sork is Fang Rush. So if anybody was ever going to get an opinion, I honestly say you get the opinion from the man himself. If anybody's going to make changes to Stam Sork and especially Zos, I would have Fang Rush in there every fucking day of the week. And if Fang Rush is not a class rep, I wouldn't give a shit. I would have him in there every fucking day when it came to Stam Sork PvP. What it needs, how do we keep it balanced? I mean, because, you know, we know he likes his Stam classes, but when it comes to Stam Sork, you know, unfortunately, it's been a minute since I've seen Fang Rush on a Stam Sork. But you got to ask, why is that? Well, I mean, take a look at the way everything's being played lately, man. It's really hard for some of these Stam classes, especially without CCs. I mean, damage output's nice on Stam Sork. I'm not debating that. But no class spammable. And then lack of CC control. Block! Can I get a block cancel? Shit, I fucked up on that. That almost got me dead. You're a Mag Sork? Well, Mag Sork's not. I don't know if it's much better. It's a heal over time. I mean, all of them are both instant heal with resource over time on both ends. Oh yeah, here, give me that. I'll take that. But no, man, I honestly think the PvP in Elder Scrolls is fun. It's fun, very fun. And it could be one of the best ever. But performance needs to improve and base core mechanics. I love the patch updates. I mean, I really do. And if it stays the way it's supposed to, it's going to be really good in the next coming 6 months. 6 months from now, if they continue, PvP will be very good in Elder Scrolls. And I anticipate if they can get if they can end up getting a couple of tournaments and things going on and sponsorships, we could see Elder Scrolls PvP moving in a direction where a lot of people would just be turning their heads. I mean, at the end of the day, that's kind of where I'd like to see it go. I feel like MMO PvP, like a lot of companies are giving up, right? They're just giving up. And PvE and ESO is fine. It's great. The PvE in Elder Scrolls is phenomenal. And I would tell people that every day of the week. You know? Every day. You know, if somebody asks me, you know, what do you think about the PvE content in Elder Scrolls? It's excellent. It's phenomenal. It's amazing. But when I have to go from PvE to PvP, well, that's a whole different ball game now.
Now you must do the impossible. Return the spirit of God's vengeance to his link with humanity. Green Lantern and Green Arrow will join you to face him in the Metropolis courthouse he has taken for his own.
Okay.
Perhaps they can appeal to the Spectre's memories. Or, failing that, help you bring him down.
Okay. All right. And I forget the whole layout of the Watchtower. I'm trying to remember, like, all this stuff about the Watchtower. First, let's go to Titan Docks. I did quite a bit, man. Dark Magic, Dark Exchange, increase the initial resource restored. Yeah, by 50%, but it's over time. That's the thing. It went over time. Like, the resources by over time. But yeah, it did get an increase, but it's over a duration of 10 seconds, I want to say. Oh, shit. I forgot. This is part of that little stupid quest thing. I hate the dialogue.
Welcome to Titan's Tower. Impressed yet? Well, you should be. I designed it. But what should impress you more?
Due to the abilities cast time, we wanted to have the restore more resource. Yeah, right, exactly.
Those coming up, this is the place to do it.
With that said,
yeah.
It's graduation.
So I mean, I think it's justifiable, and I'm not saying it isn't, but like for a player like me, I was spamming it, right? So like if I try to spam it, I'm not going to get as much as what I was getting, but I'm getting more for the duration. So the increased resource is good, but it's not like I'm going to be able to spam for resources as much anymore at the cost of Magicka. Right. No, I see what you mean. All right. Now, currency. Titan credits, I'm already up to 39. I can't wait to get like 200 something. I'm going to be like, poof, poof, poof. Optional, talk to the Titans. I want to talk to the Titans. Forget this. Get me out of here. No, they switched the buff from overtime to initial. Oh, gotcha. So that's in the update notes. This is recently, I would take it. It's been a minute since I've been in Watchtower. Halls of Justice, Plane Shifter. Okay, that's where I kind of want to go. It's been a minute since I've been in Watchtower. Okay. There's all that. Now I need to come down to the banking area. I believe one's right over here, I want to say. Boy, it's been a minute. There's that, there's the mail. See how my Sorka's a freaking god now? Well, yeah. But remember, it's still in PTS. I never get settled into anything until I see it, you know what I'm saying, live. Alright. Start getting my tank stuff. How much you guys want to bet there's no tank in this one either? Jeez. Jeez, Matuzas.
Amanda Waller here. This is now a Task Force X operation. You'll be
Oh, we do. And we have a healer. Just no troll.
I assure you,
Makes sense.
they will be on their best behavior.
All right. Sounds like it. I love Sork tanks. Sork tanks are badass. One of my favorite tanks in Elder Scrolls has to probably be the Sork. I could probably see going rifles with this too. But rifles is so slow. Like dual wield would be good. Have good single target, good AoE combos.
It's okay. Jericho's in control of that.
Martial arts would be good with this too. Though I wouldn't have the AoEs, but the dot damage, most of my dot damage deals AoEs. They said the new conversion helped a lot with the sustain, but I don't know. Need to test it. Right. I think, and at the end of the day, that's the one thing. Until we test it, we don't know what we're really looking at. I like the fact that we do get to test it, but I mean, is it going to remedy all the problems? No, but I feel like this update's the start. I feel like this update is giving me the most hope for PvP, and it does address a lot of the some of the PvE issues, you know, without taking away. Adds the new content. I just wish like some of this stuff was addressed last update. That's some of the things, but once again, I mean, what are you gonna do? You know. I mean, you can wish and wish, but until we get to testing, like a couple of things I've seen on PTS, it looks good. I mean, I know a lot of people didn't like the shield cast, and they said, oh, you know, it slows combat down. I agree, and I knew that was going to be the issue. I understood why they did it, but you knew what it was going to do. It's not about the 1 second. It's about because if you backbar, that takes a second anyways. So I didn't see a problem with the 1 second cast initially from what they were trying to initiate. The problem of it was, though, how it flowed with a DPS rotation was significantly reduced. So, you know, that was hindering the DPS rotation. So the second cast isn't, you know, I would rather see the global cooldown than applying a reduction in shields. That's my opinion. Because I agree with Cypher on this. Add the GCD. Forget reduction. Reduction is not, it doesn't make sense to do it that way. It just doesn't. Because, yeah, I mean, yeah, it's going to fix a lot of the problems in PvP. I agree with that. But if we had the second anyways, I think they were trying to make Sork tanking more viable with the conversion change and advertently buff DPS sustain. Well, I agree. But what ends up happening is it slows down the DPS rotation. But when we're taking a look at PvP, I mean, we all understand why they were doing it. Well, most people did. Some people didn't understand it really, which was kind of weird for me. It was like, why don't you understand this? I mean, they're trying to fix the problem. But the problem of it is PvP and PvE, it's a scary situation. You know, you try to do for one and the other one's going to get burnt. That's why you got to be very careful. They're doing their best they can. I just feel like they're understaffed. I feel like the devs sometimes are just really understaffed. And what are they going to do? You're going to keep blaming them? You know? Honestly, give them their time. Let them I just want to see competitive PvP. That's what I want. I want Elder Scrolls. It's fun. It's fun. But I want competitive. I want competitive play. I'm tired of casual play. I want the titles. I want the competition. I want PvP gear to be relative. Yeah, yes, our DPS and PvE would fall through the floor. Add the GCD. It would be fair for both sides. Absolutely. Absolutely. That's what I'm saying. I agree. Totally, Cypher. I mean, I totally agree, man. Totally. And it's like, that's a no-brainer, man. I feel like that's a no-brainer. And it doesn't have to be anything crazy. Add the second. The PvP, everything's addressed. It doesn't bug up. And then the PvPers can't complain either. Because on a back bar swap through the juggle, it takes a second anyways. So that's what I'm saying. The shield stacking still occurs. It still has the PvE rotation implemented without, you know, causing any delay. I mean, that's my thoughts. I agree. But I feel like once they do address it, once they iron it out, and once they implement the new PvP structure, either that or make Battle Spirit stronger and nerf shields harder in PvP zones. That's an idea. But getting the percentage with the CP, I feel, is going to be the issue more and more down the long run. The CP ceiling cap is becoming ridiculous. I really enjoy non-CP more and more because of the cap, the ceiling cap. And I keep trying to say, man, you don't have to keep upping the CP every update. And adding a GCD would get rid of the mitigation. Right! Dude, I'm so glad, like, there's somebody here who it makes sense. Right, absolutely. That's the problem, the glitch. It glitches up. It, like, locks up, and then damage just goes out the window, and you're like, what the hell just happened, man? I just hit this dude for 20k. Even through both shields, it should have applied something. And, like, 7k just went out the door. And you're like, what the fuck just happened? And you're scratching your head, and because you're aware of how the scaling system goes for the shield system. For max magic or health, depending on the class or in the shield. You're sitting there and you're like, I did this much damage. And if you're on PC, it's even more noticeable because you have your combat window up. You know what you're hitting for per hit. You know. Console players can't say that. But on PC, you know it. You know what's going on. And you're sitting there scratching your head like, what the hell just happened? And justification, man. I mean, I get players who play specifically just Sork. I get it. That's your class. That's what you like. I understand that.
You think you're hunting me, but I'm never prey.
Yeah, no CP will let you know how good a player are you real quick. Right. And I love watching, like, when Deltia was doing no CP, he does so good, too. And that's when you know that the old school players, along with, you know, somewhat, why they prefer it. You know. Because it's, you can see the skill. You can see it then. Right? And when you have the CP, there's, like, so many, like, percentage numbers that can get twisted and how people mitigate because you're throwing other mitigation on top of it. You're adding other effects. People, you know, will overload a build based on gear. It gets redunculous. And not to say that I don't, like, I care. Like, when we're taking a look at Vivek, I mean, it doesn't bother me either way, man. I mean, okay, CP, no CP. I mean, hey, whatever, but something has to get, sooner or later they're going to have to redo the CP system. They're going to be forced to, because the diminishing caps are going to exceed. And when that happens, good luck, man. Their whole AA percentage values will have to get adjusted yet again. And that hasn't happened since Morrowind. So they're looking at probably another year and a half, and they'll have to reintegrate a new CP allegation because of the caps, the way the cap is set up. I really think I need to go dual wield with this. I do need tanking pieces, but I need some DPS, but
one day you'll understand.
I'll take the legs anyways. 9 Titan credits. Jeez, man.
It's me. Let's go save your friends.
Cha. I'm really looking forward to getting this new aura on this tune. Oh my god, it's so sick. Shit. It's like the original veteran ranks. Everyone is on a fair playing field, and I honestly feel no CP is the only thing that has saved this game. Right. I agree. And them going back to no CP for Battlegrounds was the best decision they could have made to keep it competitive and to keep, and like, it keeps it competitive. Like, no CP keeps things competitive. And the one thing that the game needs now is direction for competitive play. Give us a reason. Give us a reflective scoreboard. Give us something that makes, you know, incentive. And stop mailing crap-ass gear and get some PvP gear that's actually good. I'm tired of farming PvE gear for PvP. Man, I'm tired of it. I'm tired of, like, some of the better PvP sets are PvE. You have to get in PvE. I hate that. I want PvP sets, man. I want to be able to go in PvP and say, yes, I'm looking to get this set. I want that. I mean, back in the day when the game first started and there was less sets to be acquired, getting certain sets just for the stats meant something, right? So Cyrodiil sets definitely had a lot more application back then. But now it's like, what sets am I trying to get? I mean, what? I'm going to get, what? Am I going to build Fury? Am I going to build a Fury build? I mean, come on, man. Sustain's more important. I mean, come on. Give me PvP. I want it. I want the sets, man. I'm tired of, like, and I like the fact that we have options on the Golden. I like what they do. There's a lot of cool things that ZOS brings to the table. And that's what I guess makes me a little bit more upset than most, right? I feel like that's what gets me maybe a little bit more upset, is the simple fact that I know the game can do it. I know it can be done. But the simple fact that when resources are being diverted to PvE and the PvPers are left holding the bag, and because you know PvE is it's paying the bills. And I'm not hating Zoss for that, but you can't sit there and go months on end and keep ignoring the PvE community, because even though PvE brings in the money, what gets the highlights? Well, that's your PvP, man. Your PvP community is bringing in the players, because when you go on Twitch and when you go on YouTube, what are they playing? A lot of streamers are playing PvP. The gladiator costume was great direction, I think, and I agree 100%. Yeah, it gives a little incentive. It does give a little bit of incentive. I agree with that. But, like, the friggin' boxes, man. Like, you know, why do I have to do RNG for PvP? Like, give me a flat rate. Give me a gear vendor. Give me flat rate, and I'll buy those bitches with my AP. I don't want RNG-based gear coming from PvP sets. You know, I don't want that. I don't want to have to spend $1 million AP to get one item that I'm still not getting because the RNG sucks. You know, I'd rather have a vendor. Like, redo some of the sets, give us more sustain, give us more effects that affect PvP specifically. Separate the game a little bit. Not a lot. I'm not saying like trash PvE to PvP. I'm not saying that. That's one of the best things about Elder Scrolls. But nobody wants to keep, like, some of my friends don't PvE. They're just PvPers. And if you add updates, you know, players will go ahead and still buy the content because of just the sky shards and stuff. Because a lot of times PvPers, like, honestly, if they came out with like a way to save your builds, right? Their PvPers would still buy the content based on that. Come on. Like, I like costumes. I just want titles, man. Bring me a title. Give me a skin. Give me a PvP skin. Make the top 20 of every week be able to get a skin. Let the top one of each one, whether it be deathmatch, flag games, or whatever, allow them to get a title and a costume. Give us something to push for. Something unique. Something to show off. Because at the end of the day, people want bragging rights. I know it's sick, but people want bragging rights, man. You can't keep, like, holding people's hands and being like, everybody wins for participating. What is that? Really? Is that how we're playing it? I think it's because they want people to experience the whole game and not turn it into a Call of Duty. Well, yeah, but at the same time, most PvPers always do the PvE content anyways. Why? Because they want their skill points, or they want to unlock their morphs and stuff. Like, it's hard to level stuff up in PvP, man. It's so much easier doing it in PvE. They need to do something about Imp too. Yeah, that the way AP the setup is for the Imp, I don't agree with it. I don't, like, that's one other thing that gets me mad. They reward players for how long they're staying in Cyrodiil instead of, you know, basically what they're doing in Cyrodiil. It's like, oh, okay, just AP farm. Top AP farm, get the circle, get your Imp, pay off a couple people, sure. I mean, it makes me upset. That's the one reason I don't push Imp. Everybody's like, "Have you ever pushed Imp?" I'm like, "Hell no." I'm not. I got kids, man. I got a life. I can't just sit there, you know, all the time and try to push for something that, like, I can't afford it. You know, I gotta take my kids to school. I gotta feed them. They got other shit going on. I got real life on top of it, other life obligations.
won't be able to maintain these power levels much longer.
And then there's share play on PlayStation, and I've been told so many different things about the share play system. I've never done it, so I don't feel comfortable with anybody, you know, trying to play on my account, let alone try to PvP on my account. Yep, it should be based off your team's effort or contribution. It can't be on a 4-day straight to get imp. I'm dad and husband. Right. I mean, come on, man. I mean, and you know, there's a lot of little things, man. I hate faction swapping. Like, I just feel like every campaign reset, lock it down to whatever character you're going to be playing on for the campaign. And say, okay, if you want to play a different faction, you can play on the other servers. You know what I'm saying? I mean, how hard is that?
Avoid the lava flow.
Guess. Jeez.
It's over, Terra. Give up. You need help. There is no dishonor in it. Let the Titans help you.
This isn't over. This doesn't.
To me, whatever faction you start on is the one you finish on. No swapping. Right. Per campaign, that's the way I feel. Because it's easy to say, oh, this team's winning, so I'll just jump on my AD tune. And I'll get the credit. That's fine. You know, it pushes players to stay on that tune and try to win for that campaign. It's easy to opt out to say, oh, you know what, this faction's losing. I'll jump on my AD tune. I'll get the credit, and I'll get the max reward box for the end of the campaign. It's just too easy. It's just too easy to do it that way. I mean, I'm like, wow, really? I mean, we're gonna cough this up and say, okay, you know, it's cool. Okay, I've got to go back and get a couple of these.
The Jackal's men put a knife to our son Joseph's throat and demanded Slade to speak. Slade would not be extorted. He would not accept the ultimatum.
Marks of Legends. Titan credit 69. Ooh, what a number.
It's like he's ignoring me. I mean, I know I was the one that said we should avoid contact, but he said I was special. It seems like forever since we spoke, but still, he called me his princess.
Call you his princess.
It's like I'm being brainwashed by these creeps. Beast Boy especially. He never stops.
Right there.
With his bogus compliments and his wimpy romantic crap. I can't believe I let him kiss me.
I have spared no expense in
I think that's the last one in this board. If I'm not mistaken.
I have baited Slade with his own son's failure. I have bound him by his honor. He will plant a Judas in their midst, and she will betray them all to the last.
Yep, got him. All right. I think I did all the Titan content, if I'm not mistaken. Yuppers. Looks good. I don't know if I've done Bloodhaven. We'll kill him. All right. In all honesty, CP is what caused all of this, in your opinion? Well, they could have kept it maybe separate, but I think sooner or later something was going to happen for, you know, progression for PvE. I felt like at the end of the day, it was like, you know, pushing, you know, PvP in the direction to say, oh, by the way, you know, we're going to go ahead and try to, you know, incentivize PvE, which is good. But when it comes to PvP, the more you put on top of PvP, well, that's not always the best remedy now, is it? You know, sometimes in PvP, you want to keep it as simple as possible. You know? The more you add to PvP, the more complex it gets. So I agree that for PvP, something had to, like, you know, happen. Okay, I'm gonna mute this because my daughter and my wife are. We'll be right back. 1 second.
The Gotham Police Department works with Wayne Tech to develop cutting-edge new equipment. I'm certain we have something you could use.
visitor.
Okay, so to me, the Titans equal fun. When I want to go all super califreaky-ocious and dance until my paws, talons, underbelly, or what have you hurt, guess who I call? Duh, the Titans. When I want to chillax and binge watch 11 hours straight of angry, evil kitchen dude, who do I call? Oh yeah, the Titans. And when I'm jonesing for a super mondo, double veggie, triple cheese pizza with all...
This place is driving me out of my mind. Do these people ever stop smiling? Today, in training, that little psycho Robin almost beheaded Wonder Chick. Then an hour later, Gar dragged...
Power is surging in the reactor core. The forces there are powerful, but there aren't that many of them. He must be planning to use the core itself against us somehow. Whoa! Massive drain on the reactor core. The Brainiac's signature just flared like you wouldn't believe. It's creating a deadly feedback loop into the core. You have to stop it before it destroys the watchtower and everyone in it.
Brainiac uses your own systems against you.
Damage report. I wonder if something's wearing these cracked. If this hunk of metal was in working order before, it's not now.
Now you must do the impossible. Return the spirit of God's vengeance to his link with humanity. Green Lantern and Green Arrow will join